the problem we tackle, like in terms of our stand in terms of climate crisis and where we stand against it, our key value proposition is we are against overconsumption and marketing nonsense that is driving overconsumption. So that's what we are standing for, and this is our starting point. But also, we kept educating ourselves in terms of what is scope 1, scope 2, scope 3, how we calculate our full life cycle analysis, where we can improve. So there's like, we spent also years on innovating, bringing some real product innovation to the market. I'm saying years because no nonsense innovation takes a lot of time. If you just want to claim, oh, my packaging is biodegradable, yeah, like you can buy biodegradable packaging and
Right.
it will work, but is it really working? Does it have a future? It's a bit complicated than this. So we are seriously focusing on what like real innovation can look like in our industry. We start with basic essential products in personal care, and we will keep innovating and trying and testing different things. I mean, in my office you will always find some powders, some tablets, this packaging, for example, produced from seaweed. Like we have some paper, like trying to mix and match, and there are a lot of things going on the background. But what we promise to ourselves, if we're going to introduce an innovation, a new product, it has to be a true innovation. We will never launch something for sake of launching a new product. That's our whole product development process. Later, like at the moment, we have 16 different
Yeah,
products.
talk me through what you have live now and the innovations behind those.
At the moment, we covered everything you could consider as personal care.
Okay.
So, like shower gel, creams, oral care, shaving, deodorant, sun cream, everything you could.
So those like daily use
Yes,
products that everyone uses almost every day that
yes,
comes in plastic containers and who knows what the ingredients are. So you're sort of solving those two problems, right? Supply chain, product development, innovation within what's in the packaging, and then also product innovation on the outside as well, right?
yes, exactly. We also realized that we had internal conversation, what is essential. So when we first launched our first six product, we didn't have this question mark. They were like truly hand soap, toothpaste, shower gel, everything everybody will use every day. So there were no question on it. But then deodorant, cream, for example, it might not be essential for everyone. It might be essential for everyone. So where do we draw the line? Okay, we stand for essentials only. That's our philosophy. But then
Right.
even like six of us coming together cannot agree on what is essential, what is not. So that brought us to a level that, okay, maybe we improve the way we communicate our products and the way we present those products to our customers so they can decide what is essential. But there's still a line. So if coming from the industry, working with industry expert is if it's something, if we not convince ourselves that essential, there's no go. For example, we don't have a hair mask because if you leave conditioner long enough, it will work as a hair mask. We know this information, so we don't launch it, for example. For the things we are sure that is not bringing any additional value, that's out of our scope. But for the things we are like, it can bring some value to some, maybe it's not to others.
Right.
Then then we start the conversation how we created our platform. So we are coming from traditional beauty. We didn't have an idea about what e-commerce site should look like, but we get into this anyways, and it was a painful process to learn that it's not an easy thing as like, oh, we'll just have a website. So that was our understanding, and we realized that it's not that easy. But we decided to create our own platform still, although we didn't have an idea about, we didn't have any technical person in the team at the time. Because if you aim to not to sell anything more than people need, any e-commerce site created in the world have the algorithms to sell more products to people who are on your website. So it's
Right.
fundamentally it's designed that way. Whereas our expectation is how we can help people to skip one product or skip the next delivery if they don't need the product.
Right.
Our concerns were like never considered in this space.
Right. And the last thing you want to do is ship someone something they don't
Yes,
need. at the
Yes.
time, right? So that's kind of something to solve. So I'd love to really dig into, you have a marketing background, you're tackling some pretty big, I would say, consumer behavioral psychological things here, right? Like
Yeah.
overconsumption is a big concern, but when you're up against these product lines that have millions of dollars in marketing budgets to really coerce people into over consuming. How are you tackling that? How are you combating that? I mean, it's a noble effort, but whew, that's a big mountain to climb
Especially
there.
yeah, especially given the fact that although there are a lot of brands available, at the end of the day, it's a couple of
Right.
companies who owns them, right? So
Right.
there's
Yeah.
a huge power behind the brands we see every day. Some brands are eco-friendly, some brands are sexy, but they're all managed by the same institutions. They all have their personalities, and I feel like it's a bit schizophrenic, like a company has different personalities with their brands and so on. So we started this company with our own funds. What we bet our money on, there should be some people that we convince by telling the truth. So we even hashtags like tag truth and so on to start with. I think first couple of years we got quite disappointed that telling the truth is not necessarily enough to make people
There's a lot
convinced.
of money behind the untruths, right?
Also, the thing is, let's say, okay, buy this shampoo and it will, I mean, your hair will be 50% more volumized.
Right.
That's a very, like, it's there. Take it or leave it. It's a very clear
It's
communication
a
signal.
feature. Yeah.
Yes. So whereas us talking about factories, if the workers in the factories are happy, we are a living wage employer. We talk about employee welfare, culture, consumers. It
Yeah.
takes, I mean, I don't know how many minutes we've been talking about, but it takes a lot of time. You
Right.
don't have this time to talk to people.
Yeah, but I think that those I actually love what you're saying there, and I think that those storylines are really important to tell because I think there is a shift in consumer behavior and people are caring about those companies and products that are, triple bottom line business model, people,
Yes,
planet, profits, right? Like
yes,
emphasizing that. So if you do lean into those storylines, these factories are employee owned, that's really cool. And the products are innovative because you've done your research and have developed products that aren't harmful and they're in packaging that has a longer life cycle. I think those are compelling stories to tell. It's just, how do you cut through the noise and reach your
yes.
target audience?
Yes, that's like, of course, that's our biggest challenge because the rest is easy. I mean, the only thing we didn't know the how to run an e-commerce site, like always painful. We
Right,
learn it
right.
after some time, some experiences and some losing money. And I mean, it's easier to learn. Also, like in terms of the way we communicate, after some time, I acknowledged that it's a process. A couple of months ago, we had our whole team, like 20 people from all around the world, working for TAKK in here in our office. And I brought people in different times. And the story I tell about TAKK to them is different.
Mm,
Because it keeps evolving. Our circular economy, like our no nonsense, there was always some key features we were holding in terms of communication in different times, and how you tie them together to have a one compelling, powerful story. It takes a lot of time, to really find the essence of what we stand for. And I was like joking that while everybody's here, let me tell you where I stand with Chuck. So we start from there all together.